Hello friends, in the last session of complex number part 1, you have learned the basics of the complex numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of the two complex numbers. In this session, you will learn the conjugate of the complex number, modulus and argument of the complex number. Let us start the session. I will start with the conjugate of complex numbers. If z plus xy is a complex number, then its conjugate is denoted as z bar and z bar is equal to x minus iy. What we have to do that if it is here positive, we will write here as negative, and if it is here negative, we will write it as positive. Example, if z is equal to 2 plus 3i implies that z bar, that is conjugate, since here it is positive, we will write it as negative, then z bar will equal to 2 minus 3i. If z is equal to minus 4 minus 6i implies that z bar is equal to, here this sign is negative, therefore we will replace it by positive, and therefore z bar will be minus 4 plus 6i. Modulus and argument of a complex number. If z plus xy is a complex number, suppose we draw a x-axis and y-axis, and on the x-axis side, suppose we are writing in the real part, and imaginary y-axis as an imaginary part. Suppose x by this is a point whose coordinate are x comma y, and it is the origin. Therefore, distance between O and P is known as the modulus z. Since in this case, if we draw a perpendicular here, this distance will be x, this distance will be y. Therefore, this distance OP will be under root x square plus y square. Therefore, in this case, if z is equal to x plus y is a complex number, then modulus z is under root x square plus y square. For example, if z is equal to 3 plus 4i implies that modulus of z is equal to under root x square 3 square, that is 9, plus 4 square, that is 16, that is under root 25, that is 5. Similarly, if z is equal to 1 minus I implies that modulus of z is equal to x is 1, square is 1, y is minus 1, its square is again 1, that is under root 2. Therefore, modulus of 1 plus I is under root 2. We come to the properties of modulus of complex number. Let z1 is equal to x1 plus i1, z2 is equal to x plus iy2, z3 is equal to iy3 are three complex numbers. Then modulus of z1 into z2 is equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. Modulus of z1 upon z2 is equal to modulus of z1 upon modulus of z2. Modulus of z1 into z2 upon z3 is equal to modulus of z1 into modulus of z2 upon modulus of z3. Suppose, for example, we have to find the modulus of 2 plus 3i into 1 plus I is equal to modulus of 2 plus 3I plus into modulus of 1 plus I. Modulus of 2 plus 3I is 2 square, that is 4, 3 square, that is 9, into modulus of 1 square, that is 1, again 1 square, that is 2, that is modulus of 13 into modulus of 2, here it will be 1, therefore it is modulus of 26. Now, you might have understand the modulus of a complex number and the properties of a complex number. Now we come to the argument of complex number. If z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number, then its argument is denoted by argument z, and suppose that is theta. Now it is clear from here, suppose on x-axis we are drawing a real part, and on y-axis we are drawing an imaginary part, and x plus y, this is a point P, it is x plus in comma y. Therefore, suppose this we are drawing this OP, the slope of OP with x-axis is known as the argument of z. Suppose we draw a perpendicular from P to here, then this distance will be x, this distance will be y. Therefore, tan theta will be y upon x. Therefore, and suppose this angle is theta, so tan theta is equal to y upon x. Therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse y upon x. Argument z is always greater than minus pi and less than pi. Suppose, for example, if z is equal to 1 plus I, implies that tan theta is equal, in this case, tan theta is equal to y upon x, that is 1 upon 1, that is 1, implies that theta is equal to 45 degree or pi by 4. Suppose z is equal to 1 plus root 3I, implies that tan theta is equal to root y upon x, that is root 3 upon 1, that is root 3, implies that theta is equal to 60 degree or pi by 3. If z is equal to root 3 plus I, implies that tan theta is equal to 1 upon root 3, and value of tan theta is 1 upon root 3, implies that theta is equal to 30 degree or pi by 6. Now you might have understand how to calculate the argument of a complex number. Now we come to the how you can calculate the argument of complex number. Suppose in the first quadrant it is x plus iy. Therefore, in this case, point will be here somewhere in the first quadrant, that is point P will be here. Or in this case, this will be x, this will be y, and this is the theta. Therefore, from this axis, argument of z is theta. Suppose it is in the second quadrant, then my point will be here, then this distance will be x, This distance will be y. Suppose this angle is theta. Therefore, argument is this one. It is the argument. In this case, argument is equal to pi minus theta. Suppose it is in the third quadrant. If point is in the third quadrant, then point will be here. Suppose point P is here. You join this. Then this distance is x. This distance is y. This angle is theta. Therefore, it will be argument. Argument z. In this case, argument z is equal to minus pi plus theta. This angle is minus pi. Theta is less than that. That is my argument z is minus pi plus theta. Suppose it is in the fourth quadrant, then point will be somewhere here. You draw a perpendicular on x-axis, then this distance is x, this distance is y, this angle is theta. It is the argument, and it is the argument z. Therefore, in this case, argument z is equal to minus theta. You might have understood if the points are in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant, how we'll calculate the argument. Now we come to the properties of the argument. If z1 is equal to x plus iy1, z2 is equal to x plus iy2, and z3 is equal to x plus iy3 are three complex numbers, then easily you can find the argument of z1, you can find the argument of z2 as well as the argument of z3. Then argument of z1 into z2 is equal to argument z1 plus argument z2. Argument z1 upon z2 is equal to argument z1 minus argument z2. Similarly, argument z1 into z2 upon z3 is equal to argument z1 plus argument z2 minus argument z3. Then it is not necessary that you first multiply z1 and z2 and divide it by z3, then find what is the complex number, then find the argument. You can directly use this formula to find the argument. Today, you have learned the basics of the conjugate of a complex number, modulus and argument of the complex number, and their properties. It is all for today. I request you to subscribe my channel so that my every video can reach you very easily. Thank you.